Hello, beautiful people. I'm Master Tiger. Welcome to the channel. If you're joining me again, welcome back. It's another beautiful day outside and gonna take advantage of it. Today, we're gonna be talking about how our environments literally make us. I wouldn't even say break us, they just make us. If you become something broken from your environment, I wouldn't even say it's broken. It's just you are just that environment because clearly that environment is just the way it is. So today we're gonna go in depth. We're gonna use a few of my personal experiences. Hopefully things can relate to those who are watching this video and let the car pass by. But if anything I say relates to you, I don't water it. I don't nurture the plant, the seed. So our environments, just like these animals, these birds around here, our environment plays a major role on who we are. It plays a major role on our actions. Our actions shape who we become, and who we become decide our destiny. So most of this goes back to simply environment. Once an individual understands how, ooh, I love the music. It's natural music. Thank you. Once an individual understands how their environment is leveling them up or lowering their vibration, once one become aware, one can begin to come up with a solution. Once we begin to plan and come up with solutions, we begin to find ways out of certain environments. But hear me out. Majority of people are content in their environment. People rather be in a bad environment because that environment pays good. I'm a human that really doesn't pursue money. Thank you. I have enough to sustain myself and take care of my family and be happy. Excuse me, my mustache hairs tickle my nose sometimes. But it's like being out here is how much do I need? Do I need to wear Jordans to show off to the trees, to my chickens, to my garden? This is my garden area. I'm about to get this prepped up too, because guess what? My garden is part of my environment. My environment is gonna feed me. My environment is gonna feed my animals, which means I don't have to make so much money if I can self-sustain. When I'm able to self-sustain, I'm being more connected to my environment, which means I don't have to go out and stress on things that are outside of my control, which I don't seek control in anything really. I like to vibe. I like energy to be leveled out. So how can we shape our environments, or how can we get out of a bad environment and enter the environment that we would like to be in? That goes with understanding yourself. You have to go within. Being out here in the country, the property here is forest, mostly. It's like being in the wilderness. It's just mostly myself a lot of the time and the animals. So I have so much time to just understand myself and how I would like to play a role in this environment first, and then starting the world. And it's helping others understand we are more than just this body too. This body is just a vehicle for the soul. So we start to understand and acting and living as the soul, driving the vehicle, we'll begin to understand a little bit more on how we should operate, our purpose in life, our goals. And our environment can shape all of that. Once again, like I said earlier in the video, if you're in a bad environment to sustain money, it's gonna wear your vibrational energy down. And then if you have low vibrations and go around somebody you love, it's gonna wear that person down. Let's let this vehicle pass. Imagine two people being together and one person is trying to produce, garden, be self-sustained, self-reliant, trying to learn. Here's a car. But you have another person in the household, partner, two beautiful energies. Don't get me wrong. But it's the environment, two different environments. Like I said, I'm gonna use kind of like myself as. So it was it's Sunday. A lot of people driving to church today. I don't know how my volume sounds when a car passes, but when people who love each other come around each other but exist in two different environments most of their day, it's gonna cause a chain reaction. Like right now I'm painting a large picture of three galaxies colliding. It's the same thing down to the human aura. When two galaxies collide, it might be something positive, or it might be something negative, or it might bring balance. But the consciousness or those souls have to be aware of what's going on. So let's go to the other force, the other energy. One partner is working. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people have to work and maintain and do, and I understand that. But one person is in an environment where it doesn't allow them to naturally function or relax. And that person comes home with the energy of that environment. And then it wears out the natural, the soul that's of natural environment, it wears that. It's like chopping trees, but on a metaphysical level, things you can't see. Love, energy. You're chopping those trees down because you're not understanding the effect of the environment away from peace. That's how I look at it. The environment away from peace. So I consider home. Let's use where you live is your place of peace. It's where you can safely lay your head and go to the dream world. Anywhere else where you go and can't sleep and be at peace, it's just a whole different environment, and you have to learn that environment. Unless you plan on staying in the environment, you have to master the environment. If you master the environment, you'll understand you shouldn't take energies from that environment to another environment unless it's welcome. I'm to myself. But last year I went through a bad phase of, here go a weakness of mine. Last year I had to go through some anger or resentment. I would call it, feeling unheard and stuff. But last year, I also didn't really go within. I know this stuff. I knew this stuff. I knew the stuff I had to do. But I chose a lot of simple emotions last year. And I let things that shouldn't have affect me that wasn't of my environment. But I wasn't really aware of the things at the time because emotions overruled at the time. Having all of this responsibility and having kids and a family and so forth, learning new things when it comes to homesteading, one can become overwhelmed. But now, through time and solitude from time to time, I feel balanced. I'm back in my natural environment. These birds, these trees make me feel just, I'm at peace. I'm so interconnected to this beautiful environment that going to the city is just like, yo, what is going on with the average? But I don't expect anybody that's watching my videos to honestly be natural or unconscious really, or most people are seeking a way just to be more conscious. Every day we gain a little bit more experience in this life to apply it. When I'm putting time into growing plants and taking care of my animals, I guarantee you 6 weeks from then, that day, I'm gonna be way better. So every day I'm sitting out here in nature, I'm becoming just more of nature rather than the average civilized human, I guess. I'm reading books daily, exercising daily, natural exercising at that. Because I practice, you have to be fit for your environment. Why be in an environment where you can't even run? I got hilly land, so guess what? At the end of the day, if I really needed to, I'm gonna be able to run up and down my hills. Just like any animal in any other ecosystem, I bet you they mastered it already. Monkeys, rhinos, elephants, crocodiles, snakes. I can name a plethora. I love wildlife. So we have to understand, how does our environment actually affect us? What's the plan to get out of a negative environment? Do you like a negative environment? How do you shape that environment? What are your actions in that environment? If you're in a place where the community is gardening and growing food, are you going to contribute to the community, or are you just going to talk about it? It's a lot of talkers out here, but it needs to be more doers. Majority of us, many of us can grow our own food. And those who can't, because we live in environments where it's really hard, if you're watching this video, it's possibly a chance that you can grow food in your small environment. If it's small, if it's big, it's no excuse. Growing food is gonna help you connect with yourself. You know what you like to eat. This year, my garden's gonna be way different. I was just growing stuff last year. I like potatoes, peppers, carrots, onions. It's a lot more, but the deer come around, so I have to be smart. And I'm definitely finna fortify the garden this year, because I learned one thing: you cannot fight nature. Going back to the environment. So guess what? I have to fortify. But I'm gonna grow the food that I know I want to sustain myself and my family from. So with that being said, don't let people or negative ecosystems shape you unless that's who you want to be. This channel is of growth. We're gonna be here for one another. We planting seeds of knowledge, seeds of love and hope. No, like I said, last year was, I'll say negative for me, but I'm no longer on that frequency. Have a beautiful day. Another beautiful video coming soon. Stay tuned.